Hey, what's up guys, welcome to another tutorial of PHP and MySQL series. And as we learned in the previous video that how to add jQuery in your HTML web page, and in this video we are going to learn how to set up Ajax request in your web page. And in this video we will send an Ajax request to our server and receive some data from our server and display to our web page. And in the next 4 to 5 videos we will learn a CRUD operation using jQuery. We will learn how we can send how we can insert data in our database using jQuery Ajax request, and how we can retrieve data and similarly edit and delete. So without any delay, let's move toward practical. And first of all, you can see that we have added this script in our head section. It means that we can use jQuery in our this web page. And basically in my htdocs folder I have created this Ajax folder, and in which I have index.php file that contains this code. Inside our body element I will create a script tag, and first of all I will type here dollar document. Make sure to put D in the small form, and similarly I will type here like ready. And basically this function take a function as a parameter. Maybe you can write an arrow function like this. You can write arrow function like this. So basically this means then when our document will be fully loaded, suppose we have a P element here, and I'm going to give ID to this P element like content. And similarly suppose we have a button who have ID get data, and inside this I will write a text like get data. So suppose the code that we will write inside this section will only be executed once the content of our web page will be fully loaded. So suppose first of all I will type here console.log, and my function is running. So first of all we will check that either the code that we have write inside this section is running or not. So what I will do, I will open my browser, and here you can see that I have opened localhost/Ajax, which is our folder in htdocs. And if I refresh, you can see that we have a button get data. The reason why this P element is not displaying on our web page is because this P element contain no content. So that's why only button is visible. So basically if we want to check the console.log data, this data that where this is actually printing, you have to right click and click on inspect, and here you will see a console. Just click on this. When you will click on this, you can see that my function is running. Basically when you will call your console.log function and try to print some string inside this, that string will be displayed here. You can right click on your web page, click on inspect, or you can directly press F+12. The next thing we have to do is set on click listener to our this button. To do that, first of all I will comment this one and type here dollar small bracket hash, copy this ID of our button and paste at this position, and then we have to type here dot click, and similarly we have to pass an arrow function here like this. And this means that the code that you will write here will execute it when user will click on this button get data button. So first of all what I will do, we have to check that either our button click is working or not. What I will do, I will simply cut this console.log from here and paste here, and here I will type like button is clicked. And now I have to refresh. You can see that there is nothing in console, but when I will click on the button, nothing is happening. Okay, for some reason this on click listener is not working, but we have another way. Like we can write here on, and inside this function we can pass two parameters. The first parameter will be click, and similarly the second parameter would be a function, a callback function, which will, it means that the code that you will write inside this function will be executed when you will click on the button. So first of all I will type here console.log like button is clicked, and here I will press semicolon. And now when I will refresh this and when I will click on this button, you can see that then this button is clicked, this message is display in our console. So I can use this icon to remove data from our console, and you will see when I will again click on this button, again you can see that same message. It means that we have set on click listener to our button using jQuery. Next we have to set up an Ajax request using jQuery, which is the purpose of this video. To set an Ajax request, you have to type here dollar, and then you will write here a function name which is Ajax. Inside this function we have to pass these parameters. The first parameter would be an object. Here I will type and get. Basically, as we know that we have a get request and we have a post request, but in this request I'm going to use get request. Similarly, you will type here a comma. After this you have to type here URL. In my case, as we know that we have an Ajax folder on our server which have index.php file, we can create another file like request handler.php, and I will copy directly the file name from here and paste that file at this position like this. And because this file is in the same folder, that's why I am writing this file name here. If this file is in a subfolder, maybe this URL will be changed according to your directory structure. And next we have to type here comma and success colon. This will take a parameter like function data, and this is the body of the function. As you can see that this is our object, and inside this object we have some keys and values, key and value, and similarly we have this key, but this value is again a function, and this function will be called when our Ajax request will be successfully sent to our server and everything will be fine. Then this function will be executed. So here I will type like console. In the starting, what I will do, I will console.log the data that we have received from our server, and similarly you have to type here comma and type here error. Again type here like function. You can give any name to this parameter, and similarly in the function body what we will do, we will console log the error like this. So we have complete our Ajax request. Let me run our code so we can test this. Before running our code, we have to open request handle.php, and inside this what I will do, I will create a PHP opening tag, and here I will echo something like hello Ajax, and I will press here semicolon. And now I will open my browser and refresh this, and when I will click on this button, so you can see that hello Ajax is printed on our console. Basically our this request moved to our server, and on our server there was a file named request handler.php, and this file is just printing a text like hello Ajax. And what will be happen, that text will be stored on this parameter automatically by our this jQuery, and we are just printing that text on our console. So suppose if we want to display that data in this content id element, what we have to do, we can comment this one simply, and we have to get this element using jQuery, and we can type here like HTML, or we can search on the Google that how to give value to p element using jQuery. So from here I will search for, so here we have a function like text. The reason I search on the Google, so you can also learn that in programming when you forgot anything, you don't have to remember anything. You just have to learn the concepts, the way to use these things, and Google and ChatGPT, these type of tools will always be available to you, and you can use these tools for work. The key thing is you just have to understand the concepts. So I will copy this text function from here and paste at this position, and when I will copy this parameter at this position, what will be happen, our this data will be printed to our this p element. So let me refresh and let me click on this. So you can see that hello Ajax. And now suppose I will type here hello Ajax, how are you? And now you can see that I will not refresh the page, but what will be happen when I will click on this get data? You can see that without refreshing our web page, that data, this Ajax request contact to our server, and our server respond that text uh, to our Ajax request. So we simply just printed that on our screen. If any error will become, suppose if any error will become for some reasons, then this function will be called, but on success our this function will be executed. So friends, let me know in the comment section if you like this video, and please share this video with your those friends who want to learn website development. And finally, thanks for watching.